Oh my fucking god.
Hello everybody, welcome back to our award-winning YouTube comic book review
Oh god.
video. This week we have Flash number 5?
Not number 4.
Number 4, and holy crap, we got something pretty special for you.
Yeah, something like that.
All-Star Batman.
Yep, number 1.
Oh man, it's lit.
Flash number 4. Really, really good.
Yeah, Flash and Aquaman have been our two favorite Rebirth titles just because they've been good every single time. So Flash is still dealing with the fallout of not only Godspeed showing up, but also a bunch of speedsters coming into play from basically a weaponized Speed Force.
Yeah, the Flash is obviously trying to figure out what the hell happened when Godspeed showed up. When the book starts, the Flash is at the Star Labs facility and he's helping train all these new speedsters, and he's really enjoying that role. And also he talks to Mina, which is the scientist there, that also has the speed powers basically, and she says that due to some new research, it almost seems like the new speedsters may lose their powers eventually.
Yeah, they're kind of they definitely don't have what the Flash has.
The way she described it, other speedsters can steal the speed from other people, basically. And so that is how Godspeed was able to become so fast so quickly and to get through the walls and to kill the people that were locked up in the prison. And that obviously kind of throws a monkey wrench into the situation.
So the Flash, along with Mina, wants to go find the bad guys.
Yeah, he basically says, I don't want you to get too involved. You lead me to them, and then if the fight breaks out, get the hell out of there. And because all these people, even though they have these great powers, they aren't as trained as Flash is, not as strong as he is. So they go to this warehouse, kind of the outskirts of Central City. They get there, and who's there?
Dr. Carver.
Yep. The Black Hole, pretty much like terrorist organization. And they're trying to figure out what the fuck's going on here. And basically,
he asks him if he's Godspeed. Basically, he says, "Yes, I'm not Godspeed, but I do have this machine now that's basically like the Speed Force machine."
Yeah.
And he basically gives him like powers, but not really. It's just like the suit is doing the work. So he turns into this big storm, and man.
Yeah, the Flash is kind of like taken aback, and him and Mina are like kind of like freaking out. What are we gonna do? When August shows up with 2 of the kid speedsters that were training at Star Labs. The Flash is like, I really don't want you guys to be involved with this. August is still like coming back from his injuries due to getting attacked by Godspeed, so he's not even 100%. But he kind of comes up with a plan. He tells the kids to go make sure the surrounding area is safe, and then August, and Mina basically steal his speed as they had discovered earlier. They use that to their advantage, and they up and away. He's wiped out basically. He goes back to a normal human body, and they're feeling pretty good. They're like, hey, we did a good job. And then they go back to Star Labs at the end. At this point, him and Mina over the last few issues, their relationship has been progressing.
She makes the move.
She kisses him.
She kisses up on Flash, and he realizes maybe he shouldn't keep his Barry Allen life.
Yeah,
and his Flash life separate. He's just like, I'm just gonna become one person.
Since the very first issue of Rebirth, one of the big themes is him struggling between these 2 lives. How can he be the Flash and be in 2 places at once, basically with Iris and Wally, and how is he going to be able to maintain that balance? Well, he kind of just throws caution to the wind, and on the very last page, what's he do?
He takes his
cowl off, basically.
He takes his mask and helmet off, basically.
And he says, my name's Barry Allen, I'm the fastest man alive, right to Mina's face in the suit, and it's just, holy shit. This issue is really, really cool. I like where the plot's going. It feels like it's really progressing, and I'm enjoying these characters, the character interactions. And the last page reveal was really fucking awesome, where he just kind of says, fuck it. So I will give this one a 9 out of 10.
I do agree that this was a good issue. The artwork was really good, the story is progressing, but it wasn't quite as good this week as the past that were like almost perfect issues or 9.
Yeah, last week was a 10 out of 10.
I'm giving this
Last
one.
issue.
Yeah, I'm giving this one an 8 out of 10.
That's pretty good.
Still solid, but I thought there was a couple things that weren't great. This week, we have the all-new All-Star Batman.
Yep.
And I've
Finally here.
I've heard a lot of chatter online about this. I didn't know what this was, like why is it called All-Star Batman? I still don't know, but I've heard a lot of people talking about this as like a big deal. And there's a reason why.
Yeah, it's a big deal. If you guys aren't too familiar, it's a big deal for a lot of reasons. First off, it's written by Scott Snyder, right off the bat. And for those of you that don't know, he's literally one of the best Batman writers of all time. He did the entire New 52 run. And now he's back on this more premium title, basically. The binding's super nice. It's a higher price point, and it's only once a month, too. And basically, with All-Star Batman, he wanted to make some more intimate stories where it's focused on one specific villain, and it's just him and Batman. And there's a nice thickness to it because of the higher price point. It's also about 15 pages longer than a typical
it's
issue,
good,
which is nice. What did you think right off the bat?
I knew it was going to be good right off the bat just because they jump around in the timeline a little bit, and it all makes sense.
So let's just start from the top. What is the basic premise of this arc going forward?
The basic premise is, I'm not going to give a lot because I kind of want to protect this story because it's so good. But Two-Face basically has done something really bad to Gotham, and Batman and Harvey Dent have kind of taken it upon themselves to like try to take care of the situation the only way that they kind of know how. And Two-Face enters the mix and basically makes it very difficult for Batman to go about helping Harvey Dent. And it's just a super good issue. And the time jumps around, but like sometimes it's an hour, sometimes it's a week.
Yeah, it's very it's inventive. It's not like typical. Sometimes they'll do flashbacks in comics, and it's very like standard. Here, it goes back to 2 days, and then 2 weeks, and then forward till like 20 minutes before the first page, and it's just kind of crazy. But the introduction to this book is really cool. It starts with action pretty much right off the bat.
Yeah.
The setting for this is also pretty neat. It's rural, and it's kind of upstate from Gotham City. And as you said, Batman's trying to get Harvey Dent / Two-Face to this location. And basically, everyone and their mother is trying to stop Batman because there's a price out.
So like I pointed out earlier, I thought The Flash wasted a couple panels. You know, that is what it is. This didn't waste anything. And you really got a good look at the new Robin for the first time.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really cool. He has a new
Robin. Yeah.
He has a new outfit, and it's really freaking cool.
Yeah, it's a very, oh man, it's very, it's hard to describe.
It's almost like a piece of, like if I was going to say artwork is like I know a lot of people say movies is artwork and TV are artwork and things like that. This is literally like the way it's done. This is like art. And at the very beginning, it's a little jolting because I didn't like the animation or the artwork in a couple of the panels just because I thought it was a little like
yeah.
But once they got out of that at the very beginning, then I was like, okay, now this is what it is.
That's another thing I should mention. John Romita Jr. is very divisive with his art. Some people like it, some people hate it, some people think it's really fucking ugly.
It was at the beginning.
It's definitely. He also did the art for one of my favorite graphic novels growing up, which was Kick-Ass. And I didn't mind it back then, and I still don't mind it now. The coloring is really fucking good. That's what kind of puts it over the top. It's really beautiful to look at.
I know I knocked on it for the artwork at the beginning, and I know but I feel like it gives it character. So I'm gonna give that.
There's definitely character.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 9.5 out of 10.
I give it a 9.5 out of 10 as well. It's just the introduction to this crazy ride that Batman is about to go on. This is going to be a hell of a ride going forward, no doubt. I'm excited to see who else shows up, what other kind of shenanigans him and Two-Face can get into.
At the very back of the book, there's like this mini story that is going to be continued, I'm assuming, in the next All-Star Batman. So this is really 2 comics in one.
Yeah.
And this is called The Cursed Wheel, and it's about Batman and the new Robin. And basically, I don't think Robin's going to be Robin for very long. But basically Batman is like testing him and saying, you know, Robin's kind of like being like a renegade, and he's like, you know, I don't want to be Robin, I don't want to be your backup, and he's like, you don't have to be, I don't want you to be, I don't need a side.
The coloring again It's bright. It's very interesting on the page. They kind of leave it on a bit of a like cliffhanger / surprise, and you're just like, holy shit, what the hell? So yeah, I'm very, very interested in the backup story kind of being continued. And the main story, like I said already, it's really good. And this is just the beginnings. I like that they're helping Duke kind of progress now. That's not something that's being paid too much mind in the regular book. So it's kind of a pleasant surprise to see it here.
Thank you for watching our award-winning YouTube channel. We're not award-winning yet, but I have a feeling one day we're going to win a fucking award.